When you log into the site and you get to your instructor dashboard and manage courses, you're going to see this course called Sketchbook Course. Go ahead and click on it. Go to Edit Course. And this is where you have the ability to sort of play around and get used to some of the settings. I would say jump straight to Set Curriculum and then click Build Curriculum. And this is how you can get used to some of the different components that are here. So section is just a section header. And then if I click unit, I can decide, is this a video unit, audio unit, multimedia, text? Ignore this upload package and Elementor for now. We may get to that if you need some more advanced building capabilities later, but for now, let's focus on these main 4 components. So for this first one, I'm going to say it's just a text lesson. And so this is where you start to fill in if you need to sort of tag it for organizational purposes, you can build those here. But the main section, just like before, this is where you're going to spend most of your time. So detailed description of the unit, I can click this text icon, and this is where I can add text. You can copy and paste. If I pull this up, you could see if you need to add things like HTML, notes, there's a memory game in here, a scratch card, flash card. Get in there and play with a few of these things and see how they function. You may find use for them, you may not. They're tools that we've built into the LMS. They're at your disposal if you would like to use them. Within this sketchbook course, you can click on any of this and try it. That's why we've created this, just to give you a free and open place to sort of mess around and get a feel for what does what. If I want to click on an image, I can just wait a second. It'll pull up the image pool that already exists within here. If you need to upload an image, you can. If you want to embed an image that exists at another URL, you can do that here. I would say that you will want to upload your media. And so even though this is an image file and it says image, you can also upload documents here, PDFs, Word docs, things like that. The problem with embedding media is if you find something on Google or somewhere else and you embed it from someone else's website, it might work for a while. It may work forever, but if that person's server goes down or they delete it from their server, then it also goes down within your course. So whenever possible, I would upload your own media. I've got this Charles Schultz piece here. Try not to have a good time. This is supposed to be educational. So that would then be inside of my content for this module. Free unit forum, connected assignments. If you needed to add assignments, this is where you could do that. You would have to build some assignments first, and we'll take a look at that in just a minute. If you needed to attach documents and files, you could also attach those here. Practice questions. This is where you would create or make questions. You see, as I just click through, it's going to allow me true, false, multiple choice, multiple correct, sort answers, match answers, fill in the blank, drop down selection, small text, large text. So I could build out some questions here that could be practice assignments. Again, you don't have to use this, but get in here and play around with it, get a feel for how that functions. Once you have everything sort of in here how you would like it, you have to make sure you click add unit. This is going to save this unit so that you can edit it later, but then it's also going to add it to the curriculum. You have assignments and quizzes that you can add. Quizzes are a little more complicated. If you want to use the quiz feature right now, we want to stick with the simple quiz. This is where you can put in your quiz title, the type, information about the quiz, and then just like other LMSs, this is where you have to go in and then add the questions. If you have big question banks, it's probably easier for you to send that information to us in Word documents or PDFs, and the Holler crew can batch upload those all at once so that you don't have to do them individually. But you can look through all this information that's here. Decide a number of questions on a page, how many retakes for the quiz can they have, post-quiz messages, general LMS functionality. I can also do an assignment where you're going to give them something to complete within the LMS itself, or if you want them to upload a document or upload an assignment. And if you click on those, you can see how these work. You give it an assignment name, just like everything else. Assignment duration, how long do they have to complete it? What's the maximum score? Is it included in the course? Include an evaluation. Assignment statement. So these have explanations next to them if you mouse over the question mark. But if you want to make sure that you say it's worth 100 points, and then I want to include it in the evaluation to make sure that gets tabulated in that final grade, if this is the type of assignment structure you would like to have. You can also do this manually. You can do it through the LMS. It's whatever works for you. So I'm not going to save that. I'm going to hit cancel. Assignment, upload. This is the same sort of thing. You would give it an assignment name. You could give it a category or an assignment type. You would say how much it's worth. You could say how long they had to complete it. Include an evaluation, yes or no. Attachment type, this is where you would need to select, if you want them to create a PowerPoint and you only want them to be able to upload PowerPoint, you could just click in here and add both of these PowerPoint file types, and then that that's all that they can upload. If you are going to have them upload documents, you need to make sure you choose all the file formats they might upload, and you can just choose all of these if you would like to do that. I'll add JPEG as well. If you want to set an upload, we can set that to say 20 megs. It depends on what type of file they're uploading. If they're uploading sort of raw video files, if you're asking them to create a video, I would encourage you to have them upload that to a service like YouTube or Vimeo, just for easier playback and easier upload. We could upload it here if you need to do that. Just let me know and we'll set it up for you. It just is a bigger load on the server. It takes a little more time to sort of grade and watch through. So just let us know if that's something that you need. So basically, you'll just work your way through. This is another section. Ideally, you want to have all of your course material created somewhere else, and then you build it into the Holler LMS like you would anywhere else. You could build it as you go within this, but you always run the risk of Chrome or your web browser crashing and you lose that information. So definitely put your material together in some other form and then move it here. I just say that because we have had instructors in the past who created all of their course content right within the Holler LMS, which is fine, but then if we take the course down for some reason or the course expires, then suddenly they didn't have access to their material. So just something to think about. But this is a sketchbook page. It's really designed for you to get in and just build out some components. So this is a multimedia unit. This is where you could add a video. What these change, if I go back to add a unit, basically what happens is in the LMS itself, it's going to have one of these icons next to the unit just to give, so this one has a T. If I do audio or multimedia, it's going to have that icon next to it. This just gives the student an idea of sort of what's in store. So I'm going to click publish. You always want to make sure as you're editing the course, if you add, I'll go back to set curriculum, I'll add another section. And then I'll just go to this accessibility section and just say publish. And that's going to make sure all of my content gets sent to where it needs to go.